This episode of the Marketing That Works podcast is sponsored by Shape and Foster. Shape and Foster is a lifestyle development app that provides monthly actionable insight from 6 experts in mental health, financial planning, nutrition, fitness, yoga, and a life coach. It is a one-stop shop for self-improvement. The app provides a proactive and informed approach to improving your mental well-being by enabling practices and habits to be built. Lifestyle development is all about enhancing your quality of life by improving awareness, identity, and potential. One community of actionable insight. Learn from 6 pillars essential to a healthy heart and healthy mind in one unique app. Visit shapeandfoster.com for your free 14-day trial today. Again, that's shapeandfoster.com, SHAPE and foster.com. I'm Drew Bedard, and this is Marketing That Works, a podcast about the tools, tips, and tactics that business owners and marketers need to wow their customers and grow their profits. Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Marketing That Works podcast. Thanks for listening as always, and thanks for joining me this January. Hope you've enjoyed the podcast. Today's episode is a follow-up on last week's episode talking about how to make a viral video. So I have a special presentation for you. So my friend Leighton Hart, who's been on the show many a time, who runs his own show called Johnson City Living, he interviewed my friend Josh Mancuso, who made the viral video I talked about last week. So it's a great interview to understand what was behind it, what kind of the philosophy, what the ingredients, the ideas, all those types of things that went into it. So I thought this would be a great follow-up to last week to understand a little bit more about how to make videos go viral. So I hope you enjoy this interview with Leighton and Josh, and I'll be back next week. And thanks again for listening. Share this with one person today. It would mean the world to me. Enjoy.
We're live. All right. Leighton, what's up, man?
Should I call you Josh or should I call you Coach?
You know, I answered anything. So,
well, as of I guess this morning, I just checked it. About 200,000 people know you as Coach Lance Decker. So I wanted to two reasons I wanted to talk to you today. One, I've got this cool new software that lets me live stream and do some studio stuff here.
Yeah.
And also, how cool. I just want to get behind the scenes of, let's say, your last 2 weeks on YouTube, because it's been ridiculous. So for those who may, the 6 people in the US who haven't seen your video yet, tell me about your last 2 weeks on YouTube. What have you been doing?
Yeah. Man, I've really started pushing YouTube as a platform for myself, as I've kind of made a shift here at the beginning of 2021, really at the end of 2020, but I kind of made this, hard cut January 1st of 21, saying, look, as much as I love working with clients and other people, making videos for them, my real passion is to make movies and to make people laugh and make my own content. So I am dead set, 100% focused on that. And so I thought, okay, we're going to make YouTube like a legit thing here. Now, in my mind, that's going to take a long time, and it still is going to take some time, absolutely. But if you told me that, 21 days into the new year, I've got a viral video, I would have been shocked. So it's just good to have. It's good to know that people think you're funny, because like sometimes I think I'm funny, and I'm like, oh, people are going to love this, and you put it out, and it's kind of like.
Right.
And then this one just kind of happened. And so, yeah, man, just been making YouTube a priority for me and trying to get people to follow me there.
Well, and it's working too, because I love the stuff you're doing. You had some really funny stuff kind of around the election and change of, that transition about 4 Seasons Total Landscaping and job possibilities for the outgoing president and stuff like that. So that you kind of you were feeling out this style of video, which is kind of a back and forth with yourself, which is really turning out to be really funny. And so the last 2 weeks, though, you have kind of set the stage. You made a video, a series of videos now about the coaching change at UT.
I did.
And the elements of that made it go viral. Just kind of walk me through why you think this one took off.
Yeah. So, and again, kind of like I said before, you kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall all the time and seeing what sticks. And I'm spending a good amount of time thinking through and writing some of these skits and trying to make them funny. And then this one, though, when Tennessee fired their football coach, I'm a huge Tennessee fan, love Tennessee, grew up as a fan. And so I was, disappointed, I guess. I don't know. I was ready for a change, I guess, but they don't have an opinion one way or another. But it happened, and I thought, well, it'd be great to just make a funny video around this. I could like pretend I'm the new coach coming in. I just started writing the story about him being a middle school coach, and just some funny pieces, and then just shot it, edited all like in one evening, and put it out, and it just went crazy. And I think that for one of the things that I did well is, I didn't really do anything, but the Vol fan base is a very vocal and very engaged fan base. And so it didn't take them long to catch this and just start cracking up. Right. And so they're sharing it and they're like, oh, this is so Tennessee, this is like,
right.
The comments are like, this guy could probably succeed at Tennessee. This guy, why not hire him next? Who cares? Lot of funny stuff, people commenting saying, we really needed this, in the midst of all this turmoil. So I think that was the big thing, is the fan base is one that just loves their school, and they love to be active on Twitter, YouTube. And so they're out there a lot. So that was probably one of the bigger things. And I think it was funny. I think the video really was funny. If it had been like not that funny, it wouldn't have gotten the views it had. So luckily, again, it's kind of throwing darts and hoping people think it's funny, but they definitely picked up on the humor, and there's a lot of references in there that only Tennessee fans would probably get.
Yep.
So that, again, it kind of went into that niche audience and made a video really for them.
Yeah. I love it. And it was kind of the perfect storm for something like this to happen, because there was a change going on. So there was news, there was a lot of uncertainty. So a lot of people out there searching for, news, rumors, what's going to happen. And then this pops up, and the look of this video, it looked like it was produced by UT. Like, it looked professional. It looked like, what one of these news conferences would look like, with the backdrop and all that. And so you've got people hungry for news, looking for news. Like you said, a rabid fan base that people are, will dive on anything that they see or hear. But then also you hit that comedic element, and people want to share it and go, oh man, isn't this great? So
absolutely.
Funny.
Well, yeah, it's, it was really fun watching the comments pour in. That was probably the best part for me, is just watching this thing. And I had to be careful. I was checking it like every 15 minutes, because it was just so, I never had a video go viral before. I had some that have done well, but nothing like this. So it was cool to see those comments coming in from people.
And when we say viral, I looked this morning, and you're almost at 200,000 views for the first one.
Yeah.
I think closing in, or a little over, close to 10,000 on a follow-up. And then you posted kind of a third last night that's 2,500 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like that, these things are hitting.
They're hitting. And we knew that the second one wasn't going to do as good as the first one. And the first one, you're right, it did look professional. They all looked professional, I think. Yeah. And it looked like a legit backdrop of Tennessee press conferences. And, it looked legit. And I think that's probably, there's a lot of people that clicked on it because they thought it was a real press conference for a new coach, because the headline was like, Tennessee hires new head coach. And so, you always get that handful of dislikes on a YouTube video, and you're like, who's going to dislike this? But they're probably just, mad fans who are like hoping for a real coach, and they're like, who is this joker?
Right.
But yes, it's kind of, each one has gotten less, but it kind of depends. Like on Twitter, there's more views on that third one on Twitter than any other platform at this point.
Wow.
There's a lot of Vol fans on Twitter, right? So it's a whole like culture of Vol fans there. And so I've tapped into that pretty well, and they're sharing it like crazy. Facebook and YouTube is kind of hit or miss, I guess, depending on maybe when you post it. The first one I posted around, let's say noon on a Tuesday. The last one I posted like 9:00 last night. So,
well, in the turnaround too, I think the timing on these things has been so key, because the turnaround on your one last night obviously was kind of a closing sequence, because was it yesterday or the day before? It was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yesterday, yeah.
Tennessee announced that they had nailed down a new coach. Everybody's excited. And so, I think that's probably why that one is taken off so hot on Twitter, because Twitter is so instantaneous. And a lot of news flying around. Josh, I think I can, with this software, let me see if I can do this. Oh, hang on.
This thing is cool, man. This is a great.
And guess who flew uninvited to Chattahoochee and watched my practices?
Oh, hang on.
Urban Meyer. That Dabo Swiney guy. John Calipari. He's basketball. He came to marvel at perfection. Next question. How would you compare yourself to the previous 4 Tennessee head coaches? Better. Is that it? Well, Lane Kiffin was a great hire, but he just ended up being a Trojan horse. See what I did there? And Dooley, Dooley's just Dooley. Right? And Pruitt, that's just the curse of Saban. The student can't beat the teacher. What about Butch Jones? Who? Butch?
That is such a great line.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her. That's right.
Poor Butch.
So great.
Probably one of my favorite things about, I've got a cat. Look at this. I'm sorry. I've got a cat coming into the live shot. She's meowing. She won't leave me alone. Freckles is her name.
Freckles the cat. Because
that's important right now. Playing the reporters was probably my favorite part, to be honest with you. Like as I was kind of seeing that, and it's like just their reactions and things. Just so classic for the things that the coach says, and the reporters are like, "What?"
Yeah. What's great about that is any press conference you ask, reporters are trying to, they're looking for anything they can get. Like, what here is a story that we can get? And so they're digging. And sometimes the answers they get back from the coaches and athletes are just, I don't envy those reporters sometimes. So I think you played that well, those reporters having to field this bizarre news, this wild character that's in front of them. That was so good.
It was fun. It would be tough to be a reporter asking coaches questions, especially like tough coaches like Saban or Belichick, some of these like hardcore serious guys. That would be fun.
Popovich in the NBA. He's
oh gosh,
yeah. Well, Josh, thanks for jumping on here. If anybody's watching now that hasn't seen those videos, just look up Josh Mancuso on YouTube. The filmmaker, not the Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter, who is also big on YouTube.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that I'm him. I'm not going to say that I'm not him.
Never seen you in the same room.
Never seen us in the same room. So I might know Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Just watch your mouth around Josh.
Thanks for having me, Leighton. I appreciate it.
Man, this is cool. Thanks. Of course, you're always welcome on our live streams, on our channels, and in our studios. So hope to see you again in person soon, and can't wait to see what you drop next.
We'll do it again. Thanks, man.
All right. See you, buddy.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Marketing That Works podcast. To find out more and to get the show notes and everything that's going on, go to marketstreet.media. That's where I house this wonderful podcast on the Market Street Media Podcast Network. So thanks, check it out, and we'll see you on the next episode.